What's up? How's everybody doing? I'm here with BQ Mommy. This is Jack Frost. We are not sure what we're gonna call the show yet,
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
but we're gonna come try to have a good time and entertain some topics. So, BQ, let's get this like right off the rip. Summer Jam. First thing I'm gonna say is it got rained out. How did you feel about that?
I was very upset, but as I know, Hot 97, the show went on. I'm so mad.
Wait, hold on. Usually, as far as I've known you for many a year, you go to Summer Jam every year. So tell us a little bit about what happened in regards to that before we talk about what actually happened at Summer Jam.
Well, normally everybody's sending their request for media passes, so normally they pick and choose a certain amount. Well, being that the COVID, everything was very limited. So, you gotta know who you know. If you went to the show, I would have got in, and I still, normally when you do, we still buy a package of I buy passes, and if I'm able to get the media passes, even if you're still getting it, you're still able to maneuver wherever you're going, as long as you have your badge.
And also, I seen online you had bought a whole bunch of tickets also.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then, so, you are in demand. So, just so we could be clear, what actually, what happened? Did you make it to the Summer Jam?
No, well, my biggest concern was the weather, and plus I got stuck working, so I was gonna go, but then they refund the money after I sent the message because I didn't know if they was going, I didn't want to,
Okay, that's how that happened.
But no, Hot 97, they still went on with the show.
Yeah, they did. That is all about the dollar. You already know that. I do have something I want to say real quick. Alright, so I do want to say this. First of all, what did you think? Wait, so we've had a slight conversation about this. We've spoken about this already. What do you think of it? Because it was raining pretty bad, though. Do you think they should even have done the show or probably did something else?
Yeah, what they did was they should have probably held it off so more people could come. But what I know that they did do was they let it where anybody was still coming. They had no limitations. Everybody was still able to come in. So even up to the last show, people were still walking in because there was no refund to see the show.
Oh, wow. So it was just, oh, wow. Okay, so then that happened. So they've been having the show on different platforms like YouTube and things and such. Have you seen some of the performances yet?
Yes, and it was raining through majority of them.
How any of them you thought was good? Any performances you like particularly?
Well, I love everybody's performance, but the one that stuck out the most was I like the Swiss Beatz performance because he brought out the Ozzy brothers. He brought out the Ozzy brothers.
Yo, did you know? Okay, so the Ozzy brothers, real quick sidebar. So the Ozzy brothers was on this thing called, I think, like Short Couch or Short Chair or Little Chair or something like that, and apparently they smoked it. So shout out to the Ozzy brothers. They went somewhere, did a thing, and it ended up at Summer Jam
because it was right close and they popped up. Once you know something's going on, they show up. They got the call, like what y'all pulling up, so they just probably pull right up. Because that's how Summer Jam is full of surprises. You never know who's popping up.
Boom. Okay, that's what it is. So DaBaby, he had performed at Summer Jams.
It was dope.
First, how was his performance? Because DaBaby actually gives really good performances. He's one of the better stage performers that they have right now in pop culture. How was it?
It was an intimate performance because he poured his heart into it. But then the only thing I didn't like is which he shout out just NYC, but you know how you forget when you at the show was in Jersey.
Yeah.
So they always shouting out NYC. Like, I know they're from Jersey. Like, hold up. You're in Jersey.
Yeah, for everybody.
Like New Jersey.
For everybody that don't know, they're in the Meadowlands. That's in New Jersey.
Yeah. So like, yo, New York, that should be killing me.
Yeah, you gotta also shout out Jersey. Shout out to Brick City. Shout out, what's that? Newark. Shout out to Jersey City. Shout out to all of Jersey in general. Shout out to everybody. How about that? Shout out to all the humans.
High rollers.
Alright, so his performance, I heard he gave another apology. I want to say something real quick. I think he's given enough apologies. Like, this is the thing that kills me, right? A person will be like somebody, they believe that somebody did something to them that, you know, they didn't like, and then the person apologized. At what point is, like, how many times do you want the person to feel sorry, or do you want the person to be humiliated? Because if you want the person to feel sorry, then, you know, you've succeeded. If you want the person to feel humiliated, I don't know if I could be on your side any further on that particular argument.
I believe he made enough apologies, but like say if certain places, if he feel that is going to make people feel a certain way, that's him as a human being saying that he could feel like if he want to apologize or not. But like last night, he just made a statement. So right now he's making a statement, and they are allowing him to make that statement and still allowing him to produce and go on because he's an independent artist. So major if he has distribution and stuff, he could lose those side contracts, but he's still his own artist. He run his own stuff. He has a whole team and his own money produce all his stuff. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. I like the fact that he gave that apology on stage also, because I think that when you do something at a place, sometimes that's also where you should be giving your apologies too. So he made the faux pas, he made the accident, he made the mistake, he made the grave error, whatever, however you want to classify it. He made that on stage. So it was better, or I think it was in the best interest, or it was just in his best interest if he also gave an apology on stage, regardless, not a word, y'all, regardless of wherever else he might have also have given an apology. But I do think he's given enough apologies. At this point, if you're still upset at him, this don't got nothing to do with him. It doesn't have nothing to do with this situation. It has something to do with a whole nother situation.
Different. And you know what that could have been too? The stuff that he see, or the industry. What goes on in the industry? Men are tempting men, and you can never know with these download brothers. So he could have got approached, and being that he was frustrated and said that, he's letting them know that don't even come to me with that.
Wow.
So it came off at a different time away because he was frustrated. Like, I don't go that way. And listen, I'm not going to allow you to come to me, approach me in this industry on some side funny business.
That's an interesting
because that's
aspect.
All that goes on, and you never know who's running the teams. And you can't tell a download brother unless they do a one little slick thing, and then, you know, there we go. Yeah. So he could be standing next to. Sorry to interrupt you, but you get what I'm saying? It's just that simple. You could be standing next to him and you don't even really know. But until he probably got approached or somebody tried him.
You know what?
He was frustrated.
You know what? I'm here for that. I think that's 100% possibly what could have happened. I haven't heard anybody else bring that up. I mean, I haven't heard anybody else bring that up because it seemed kind of personal. Just from the way in which I heard him, because it seemed like he was like, he said the thing about initially the thing he said was about the people with AIDS thing, right? And then the next thing he said was, you know, women being clean. And then the next thing he just said, not for nothing, I'm going to also say this. I also think that the last thing was so random. Some dudes in the parking lot, like, wait, hold on. Yeah. That was kind of random. That came out of left field. So that could have been something, could have just happened specifically in regard to that. And maybe that's why people are really upset at him, because the person who we probably needs to go there, that don't want them mad at us, but the person who's really mad at him is probably why all of this shit is happening. They're not going to accept his apology.
And then they're not going to he's not going to out that person, because look what already is happening. He just said one little statement and look what's happening right now.
That's a fact.
Because we should have our opinion, but it's like we can't say certain things about, you know.
Well, just so we could be clear, the thing that he said about AIDS was factually incorrect, and that was bad information that he was giving out.
I'm not referring to that.
I know. I just want to make sure. I know that you know, but I just want to make sure for our audience, so nobody could misinterpret what we're saying. That's all.
Oh, thank you
for
that explanation.
The AIDS thing, just so we could be clear, he 100% gave a misinterpretation of what actually happens. People don't catch AIDS and die from 3 weeks. That's creating fear. He was wrong for saying that. I'm 100% with that. Also, by the comment that he made about the men in the parking lot, I think that he should have just said anyone. You know, don't be in the parking lot, whether you're a man or a woman. And I think that that's kind of like solves all of those problems. But I think that at this point that was enough. I think he gave enough apologies. But also, more importantly, I think that kind of cements Hot 97 as the premier station in the world for hip-hop. They didn't play any politics. They put the good music and the good performers out there to work. No politics. That's what hip-hop is supposed to be about. And pop at this point, because a lot of this music we listen to is actually pop, not hip-hop, but you get the point.
It's pop. Correct.
It is, though. A lot of this music we listen to is pop. Like, this shit is crazy.
Pop is where it is.
Yeah, man. I'm not even mad. Let me get a pop song out there. I could use some bucks. You know what I'm saying? Get up there a couple of 100 million views and shit. I do all of them dances that I don't know how to do yet. Y'all gonna go find somebody to train me? Let's go.
Oh yeah, you gotta see the new Black Eyed Peas video. They're doing some type of. I'm like, what is he turning this into a TikTok video? Like.
Oh no, the TikTok dances is all the rave now.
Yeah.
That's the whole
crazy.
thing.
That's weird.
So that's the thing that kills me though is the biggest TikTok people I think are for the majority of the time, are Caucasian individuals. I'm not trying to make this a race thing, but the people that create the dances are the melanated people on the platform, the black people on the platform. So that's just another example of, I don't want to stay on this topic, but that's just another example of how somebody could create a thing and then somebody else could come steal it and benefit and reap all the rewards.
And then now they're creating crazy guidelines where you can make one false move and then they'll wipe your account. They'll wipe your account right out and make you start right back over, or because your community guidelines something. But
they about to out. Apparently, they trying to get rid of that kid too. You know, the kid that don't never talk. He just like make. Yeah, so apparently he was making like fun of people's weight and people that like, you know, cut and stuff like that, which is absolutely classless. Don't get this confused.
I know.
But we should have the ability to grow. Like if you see somebody that's a 14, 15-year-old kid and they're doing something, we can't assume that at 18, 19 years old, they got the same mind.
That is correct. That is correct. Because people do grow and elevate.
That's a fact.
And have a different mindset. Because if I was thinking wrong yesterday, I would have went at Summer Jam and paid for it today.
It'd be like, oh Lord, it was raining like crazy.
Lord, screaming like a love. But they refunded me my money. Somebody was like, how you do that? PayPal?
They give me back my money.
We need a sponsor from PayPal. Because I will talk good about them. Whoever is talking bad for your extra fees, they are worth it. You should complain about that too.
I was complaining about that,
but it ain't worth it.
It's absolutely worth it. Shout out to PayPal.
I told you.
Freaking what was I about to say? So also, just so we could be clear, they went on to do a really good show.
Yeah, I was crying. It was beautiful, so beautiful.
You think that any of the other shows, festivals, or whatever the case, might start allowing him back? Because I just want to be clear on something real quick. We have to, and this is just me speaking from a personal standpoint. This has nothing to do with the feelings of any of the partners of the BBN network. But we have to stop with this cancel culture. We have to stop with this. Somebody does something that we don't like, so we have to move them off the face of the earth. Because at the end of the day, as much as I know, and this is not me trying to be standing above anybody or anything like that, none of us are exempt from sin. None of us are exempt from mistake, from failure. So if we see an individual who is just making a mistake or a failure, even if it's different or the same as ours, and we want to condemn that person for the rest of their existence or the rest of their lives, we're not just affecting that person. We're affecting every single person that person feeds. We're affecting every single person inside of that person's orbit. We don't know who now has to reach out and give this person some assistance because they was very fine on their own until these other individuals came along and created all types of different foolishnesses. So the point in which I'm trying to make is we have to get rid of this cancel culture. I stand against cancel culture. I stand against canceling of anything. I stand for the benefit of us trying to create more conversation, for us trying to get a better comprehensive understanding of the way the human psychology works, for us to be able to work together with one another to create growth. I'm for that. I'm not for this cancel. That's the most negative shit. I don't like that, so it gotta die. Like, that's the most negative shit, yo.
Yeah, that's very negative.
Yeah, so I'm 100% against the whole cancel culture bullshit. That is the worst. We need to figure out a different way to solve our differences, other than death. It doesn't always have to end in death, man. For real. Anyway, so you saw his performance. Out of all the performances that you saw, which ones give me 2 or 3 other than DaBaby's that you think was standout?
Fat Joe.
Okay.
And
he brought out Terror Squad, right?
He brought out Remy.
Remy, right?
He brought out Remy. And who else performance? It was no other. Little Kim performance, because Little Kim popped out. I like Cardi B. Cardi B performance was good. Yeah, that's the only thing I was listening to. She performed with the Migos. But yeah, they sounded great.
I want to say something real quick. I fucking love. Okay, so I've been a fan of Cardi B. I like Cardi B. I understand what people talk about the image and the what she puts out, but also understand her music isn't meant for children. Half of the problem that we have right now is that we're playing these music and we're playing a lot of this music in the wrong areas and having the wrong type of people hear the music that aren't ready for the music, for the understanding of the music. When I was young, I listened to a lot of music that had to deal with sex. But since I didn't have a comprehensive understanding of what they were actually talking about, I couldn't really put it in the context in which way it caused me any type of psychological harm. I think some of the music that's coming out is a little bit too descriptive, and I don't think that the children should hear it.
Yeah.
But it's for adults, and I think that if we enjoy it in an adult atmosphere, I'm all for it. Now, with that being said, I'm a big fan of what Cardi B is doing for the most part. And I love the fact that she works hand in hand with her husband. That's one of the dopest shits in the world. And I think that any husband and wife that's doing that, y'all the richest niggas on the planet.
Yeah, it's the only thing with that. Damn, I caught a brain part. But,
oh, really?
Yeah, I caught because I was about to say that you said with the husband and wife duo, because I was saying something else.
That's a fact, though.
It is a fact. I was saying something regarding to. Oh yeah, there we go. I caught it back, because that is something special, when a husband and wife can do things. But freaking about music, how they put so much out in the open. It's still songs now that I'm just realizing, understanding lyrics.
Yeah.
At my age.
Yeah.
Because it was so contempt and control. Because you could be sitting there jamming like, oh, that's what they meant.
Boom. I'm gonna tell you one more thing that our music nowadays is missing, and what is missing is the subtlety. It's like the subtlety. You understand what I'm saying? It's like when you can say you robbed the bank, but you don't gotta say
you robbed the bank.
It's the subtlety. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that that's what the music is missing. And I think that has a lot to do with how the music is being dumbed down. And I'm not trying to insult any artist. There are a lot of amazing artists out there. I absolutely 100% respect the generation that's here now. You're supposed to be here. Do what you do. All I'm saying is that the subtlety that was present in music from the 60s was even better than from the 80s. It's just like the closer, the longer we go in this whole thing of music, it's like we just start being more flagrant with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
But other songs, and because I like rock, I like country and stuff, so their songs is derogatory as well.
That's a fact.
But they don't get the backlash like we get the backlash. They could be, oh, rock and roll, funky tucky whore and bitch and you slut. Not all of it, but some of it.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying I'm agreeing.
To the,
I'm doubling down. I'm saying
if
not
you listen to some
just that.
Raunchy music, I listen to
Country music has way more drug conversations than hip hop music ever. Country music drug songs could have their own category. Like, you can know how you be like different genres. It could be country music, drugs, and it be its own category. It's crazy.
Like even rapper Duke the Hard. That was an old country song. Like, it was kind of funny. It was kind of crazy. It was funny, a twisted country song, but they still think people in hip hop listen to that. But we listen to all that and we combine it, because if you're an artist, you're supposed to be able to take all elements and study all genres of music.
That's a fact.
And have the feel of it. Like,
that's a fact.
What's my favorite part in Coming to America? I like rock, pop, R&B. Listen to jazz. I write my own songs, produce my own songs. That is the form of an artist where you can do anything. You see Snoop? Look at that.
That's a fact.
Any genre he does, and people be like, "Oh my God, this guy
Snoop
does everything."
Snoop is over there doing stuff in Bollywood. It's crazy.
Yeah, LaToya Jackson got a whole song with a Bollywood artist. His name is I don't want to quote myself. I'm getting it wrong, but Bangji. But just look
Snoop's
up LaToya Jackson.
Movies dancing with.
Yeah, in the movie
Snoop's
LaToya Jackson too. She did like she cut a whole album with a Bollywood. And
well, shout out to LaToya Jackson. She's over there getting that.
That's why Snoop was like, if LaToya is doing it, I can do it too. That is so cool.
Anyway, so I got a question. So next year, who do you think right now you want to see on Summer Jam that was not at Summer Jam this year, or was not scheduled to go to Summer Jam? Because they shut down a couple of the stages.
Yeah, they shut down a lot of festivals. Well, they had a lot of indie artists that was supposed to pop up. So I know Galliness would have pulled up. Like, all the New York artists that have the hot songs, they was performing on the festival. So, who else I want to see? The festival, Young and May. She would have been here if the weather was great. There's a lot of people that would have been
there. She kills at those damn concerts.
Yeah, she was there about three. She was there about 2 Summer Jams ago.
She kills. I saw when she was just. I saw a clip when they was just at one of the festivals that they just recently had. She kills. She kills. Shout out to Young and May. Respect.
Who else? It's a lot of artists that was supposed to be there. That the lineup changed because it wasn't even Lil' Kim. That wasn't even on the lineup. They changed the whole Summer Jam lineup. They changed majority of the lineup.
I'm going to say something. This is the last part of the conversation we're going to have. But I want to say something real quick, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that Dipset Locks versus has just kind of affected hip-hop in the manner that it's a lot of this... I'm not saying old music, but I'm saying now there's a greater appreciation for bars. And to get bars, you're going to have to go back to some of that old music. This is just a fact. Because these dudes nowadays, with all due respect, they got all the melody. They got all the harmony. We love it. I listen to their shit all of the times. Don't get it confused.
Listen,
but the bars?
No artists. All my artists got bars. But you get what I'm saying? Like, with just the stuff that they put. I'm talking
about the main artists.
Oh, yeah.
Right
but that's what I'm saying. It's like the main artists, but you have to listen to, what is out there. Like, like the main artists, like the A Boogie. Well, he has bar, like A Boogie, Lil TJ, Fabio Foreign, Rowdy. Like, they have to come with bars instead of that. Hey, oh no.
You got that dude that you got that.
They caught me.
That you got your Zip with the Drip. That individual, right. he got a little bit of something, but he actually got a couple of. Shout out one of his songs real quick.
Open.
Give me another one.
Poppy Talk.
And they could catch this where?
On YouTube and iTunes, Spotify, all DSPs. Zip with the Drip.
Yeah, go check out Zip with the Drip. He got some stuff going on over there. Because look, I'm looking at it like this, right? So I'm listening to all of this drill music, and I'm not mad at the drill music. Don't get me confused. But I mean, realistically speaking, this is just me talking because of the way I listen to music. But after I hear about 1 or 2 drill songs, I'm like, well, could we get some other type of? I just myself don't want to listen to an hour of drill music. It's just, that's not me. You understand what I'm saying? The few times I was able to actually do that, listen to a lot of it and enjoy it, is like when it's like, I'm not gonna lie, Pop Smoke first album was just extremely high quality.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, that quality was just so high quality. But and like I said also, and it's not that I don't like the song or not, it's just that, like, what I listen to music for is to escapism, and I'm not able to have escapism as easy with that type of music for me. That's why it's a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about it? Drill music specifically. Not that there's anything wrong with it, because there's some drill songs I fucking love. So it is what it is.
Well, I love it, but I love it to the point where I don't like it where it's like repetitive. You know, like on certain songs, if it sounds unique and articulate, I can groove to it.
Boom.
But if it sounded like something that they're emulating for the other person or taking the floor, it's like, come on, what are you doing?
Respect.
Come better. Or like, we have artists that, like some of our artists, they refuse to do it, begging them to do a song, because you can show your versatility, and then you can make it where you're talking different on that drill beat about something else.
I do agree that every artist should have a drill song or two.
Yeah.
Period. Because the one thing that I'm gonna say, bar none, that drill does is it gets you hyped. So every fucking rapper, should have a drill song, at least one smash in they back pocket. Just
to pull out.
Yeah.
Or even just to have a remix to say, yeah, I did it. Like, that's what some people do it for. Like, yeah, I could do it. Some people say I can't do it, and I did it, and it came out nice. Like, that's dope. As they should.
That's a fact.
You're supposed to be able to kill anything. If I put an opera song, you're supposed to be able to put a rhyme to an
opera song. They just smoking that shit.
You see, or do the beat, because you see, look what Rasuno did with the harp chords. I was so mad because my daughter, she played that same melody, and I was like, I want to sue him because that's Brooklyn's song, but that's a basic song, a beat that they use. Yeah, and that's why I was like, Brooklyn could play right to the beat, like. You know, the Rasuno song. If you look back, look his Rasuno, the thing we playing with the harp, the young lady, and he got a harpist to play it in the video too.
Okay, shout
that
out
was
to
nice.
Rasuno. And the harpist, and Brooklyn. First of all, what the fuck are you talking about over here? Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all got anything you want to say, BQ?
Nah, just BQ Mommy Fisher Bosses. We got stuff coming up. BBN Network. Stay tuned.
Appreciate y'all, everybody. Hey, yo, we don't have a name for this show yet. So what I want y'all to do is I know this is going to be some rat bastards.
What?
I want y'all to put some name of what y'all think we should name the show in the comment section down below. And look, the only people that's going to know to do that is the people that waited to the end of the show. So shout out to you, rat bastards. Anyway, check us out later. Appreciate y'all. Good night.